All right, so here we have a video I'm doing on an article from The Atlantic. I'll try to put a linkage below. It's Ron Paul Vindicated on Iran. A week ago, Ron Paul tried to convey how the ever-tightening sanctions on Iran, which may soon include an embargo on its oil, look from an Iranian point of view. It's as if China were to blockade the Gulf of Mexico, he said. Quote, an act of war. This is sheer conjecture. Ron Paul is no expert on Iran. Oh man. But now someone who does have relevant credentials has weighed in. Ooh, so this guy's approved. And the picture he paints is disturbingly reminiscent of the one Paul painted. It suggests we may be closer to war than most people realize. No, you're kidding. Vali Nasir, sure, that's how you say it, in addition to being a highly respected expert on the Middle East, belongs to a family that, according to someone's sources, has a direct line into Iranian leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's inner circle. In a Bloomberg View piece that is getting a lot of attention, Nasser reports that Iran has interpreted sanctions that hurts its oil exports, which account for about half of government revenue, as acts of war. Indeed, the Iranian leadership now sees U.S. policy as, quote, aimed at regime change. Well, of course, they saw what we did in Iraq. They saw what happened to Gaddafi. So from Gaddafi, they learned that even if you get rid of your nukes, you'll still be taken out. From Iraq, they've learned that we'll pursue a policy of regime change, or we'll just make up charges. We'll say that you have weapons of mass destruction, whether you do or not. So, I mean, so sad. It's just a mess. I hate the fact that I'm even having to be on the. I mean, I'm almost to the point of I want Iran to get nukes so that we can't go to war with them and we can take sanctions off of them. Try a policy of peace. If they, if they do anything, bad, that's one thing. But it's like at this point we're just sort of in this. I don't see how we can get out of this current situation outside of war. Well, outside of electing Ron Paul. And that's really the choice we have. We can only go to war by re-electing Obama or choosing Mitt Romney. Or we can maybe change the dynamic by electing Paul and getting out of a war. That's it. That's our only two options I see as possible at this point. Now it says here, in this light, Iran's recent threats, notably that it will close the Straits of Hormuz in response to an oil embargo, shouldn't be dismissed, says Nasser. The regime in Tehran is ready for a fight. The good news is that Nasser thinks war can be averted. The bad news is that to accomplish this, America and other Western powers need to imagine how the situation looks from Tehran. Not exactly a favorite pastime among American politicians these days. So what I wanted to get at here is how the times are changing a little bit. And I think Ron's or Paul's influence is starting to be seen and felt by. Okay, I'm watching C-SPAN and there's a guy on there with a wizard hat or something. I don't quite know what's going on there, but I'm just going to skip that. I don't know. It's lesser known presidential candidates forum, so watch that if you want to have a good laugh. I got a little sidetracked there, but that's just ridiculous. And I can't show you it because it's on my TV, not on my computer. Anyways, Paul is starting to gain traction. He's starting to pound away at it, and people are starting to realize, you know what? Maybe he's right. Maybe war is dangerous. They always say Ron Paul's positions are dangerous. Oh, wait a minute. I thought war with Iran was dangerous. No. Iran's going to level a U.S. city. An entire U.S. city. With their one little fucking nuke. They're going to get off their one nuke, and they're going to have a couple of minutes to salivate over the bloodlust of all the death before we send volleys. We obliterate them off the fucking globe. And they're going to be dancing in the street. What a joke. So, I'm going to go and I'm going to watch this Grand Wizard, Vermin Supreme. Presidential candidate, Democrat. I don't know. I got to see what this is all about. Holy hell.